Hello, everyone. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Hopefully, you have an opportunity to connect with us. All right, connect with us live via Facebook. I think we might have just a couple people joining us through Zoom. If you were not able to connect through Eventbrite, I apologize. I don't know what may have happened there, but we sent the link out directly for you to join us via Zoom so you can interact, but you can always interact with us via the chat. Welcome to the Community Collaboration Call. I'm Rashida Kamaria Williams, Chief Empowering Officer for Empowered Flower Girl. And I'd just like to welcome everyone. We have been doing our Empowering 21st Century Teens series this month in honor of Mental Health Awareness Month. If you missed it yesterday, we had an incredible guest. Jessica Goldberg of Sib for Sib was on with us, an amazing 19-year-old founder. She's a student at U of M, and she is just amazing. And the week before that, we had Loretta Ware of Me, Myself, and I. Me, Myself, and I Teens, incredible organization based out of Metro Detroit, and they are doing amazing things. So I like to just welcome everyone to our bonus event, our community collaboration call. And I'm just really excited to have you all join us because we're going to talk about ways that we can collaborate so that we can make a difference in the lives of young people. And you can also learn how you can make a difference as well as make a living empowering young people. I'm excited because we have wonderful guests with us on today. Shakara from Detroit Possible. What an amazing event that was the other day. I'm so glad that she's able to join us, as well as Miss Alicia McKay. You may have met her previously when we did our discussion series on empowering 21st century girls. Two incredible, amazing women. So we are live here on Facebook, and thank you for those of you who are just joining us. Zoom. You'll have a chance to interact, and we are definitely.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. We're definitely going to give you an opportunity to share about your organizations and what you're doing, but also you'll have an opportunity to definitely connect in the chat. So if you are on Facebook right now and you are not live with us here in Zoom, that's perfectly okay. You do have an opportunity to share information about what you're doing and some of the resources your organization has to offer, as well as some things that you may need from the community. So you can share that in the comments section. So I just want to make technology is cooperating right now. Sometimes it could be a little sketchy, as everyone knows. The bandwidth sometimes can be a challenge, but so far things have been working out. So welcome once again. If you're just tuning in, I'm Rashida Kamaria, Chief Empowering Officer for Empowered Flower Girl, and welcome to our community collaboration call as part of our Empowering 21st Century Teens series. I have the incredible honor and pleasure of working with so many amazing women and men in the community who have been making a difference. They are truly pioneers in our communities, and they are helping our young people so that they can become the next generation of leaders. So welcome to you all today. Welcome Shakara and welcome Alicia. So glad to have you on. We'll be sharing so great to have you. And it was nice seeing you the other day.
Absolutely, after a year and a half of hiding, right?
Right, exactly. It was so great to get out and see all the young people at the Detroit Possible Youth Day Explosion event, which, I definitely want you to share momentarily about that and the things that you're doing, and as well as, we'll hear about No Fear Cafe and all those wonderful things that are happening there as well. So what I'm going to do, because I want to give everyone a chance to just join in and vibe with one another, but also to get to know me a little better, I'm going to share my screen here because I want to get some information. Can everyone, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, we're good to go. And you can see the screen, right? All right, yay, technology is working in our favor. That's always a special treat when that happens. So, welcome to our community collaboration call. It's a call to action today because we are going to invite each other to share about some of our needs as well as some of the offers, things that we can offer our community, the young people in our lives, and those who are in our schools and communities and houses of worship, right? We have resources to offer them as well as to their families. But there also are some things that we need if we're running organizations or if we're teachers, those of you who may be tuning in, who are also educators. If there's some things that you may need, we want you to definitely have an opportunity to share that. And also, I want to give people an opportunity as well to introduce themselves. So, if you don't mind, I'd like to introduce myself for those of you who may not know me. As I mentioned, I'm the founder and chief empowering officer for Empowered Flower Girl, which is a social enterprise that is on a mission to transform the way young people relate to one another as well as themselves. And we also work with youth and youth advocates to help them live above life's drama to make a powerful difference in the world. I also have the pleasure of being a proud mentor and mentoring consultant for the state of Michigan and the Community Service Commission. And most importantly, and why I'm here today, because I am a youth advocate. But, enough about me. I definitely want to hear from other people. I want to hear more about you and what you're doing. So looks like my screen is frozen, but that's okay. I want to give us, there we go. It just skipped all over the place. Yes, here we are. Yay. So I want to hear more about you. Okay, so this is for anyone, even if you're on with us via Zoom and if you're on via Facebook Live, I want you to utilize the comment section. I want you to definitely do that. If you're using your phone or laptop, doesn't matter. There is a comment section. So I want you to tell us your name, where you're from, if you represent a school or organization, and how you're impacting youth or how you aspire to impact youth. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen for just a moment so I can hear from our lovely guests who are connecting with us via Zoom. So Alicia, do you want to start?
Sure. I just want to say good evening to everyone. I am so excited about this collaboration opportunity. You always hear opportunities, you hear about people collaborating, and you're like, man, I would love to do that. But, kudos to you for initiating, right? So this is awesome. Myself, I'm Alicia McKay. I'm the owner and founder of No Fear Cafe, which is a co-learning center located in the city of Detroit. We have an actual brick and mortar location there. But we've been conducting a lot of our programming virtually, much like most organizations. We are looking forward to a summer of integrating more face-to-face opportunities. And what we do is, in short, we provide engaging and fun learning experiences for people of all ages from age 2 to 99. Literally, we just started a preschool program. So we are starting young and really just transforming how we approach education. Gone are the days where you can just sit in front of a group of kids and expect them to look straight in your eyes and, straightforward and 3 rows of 5. And, it just doesn't work that way. Our kids are really being pulled from a lot of different directions. So the goal of No Fear is to just, make it more engaging, make it more relevant. So we do a ton of different things, but the 3 major things going on right now is our STEM camp, which I love talking about how we can help young girls with that, because, for a long time they've been told that they are not stars in math and science. And it's just not true. It just takes a different perspective sometimes to get them engaged in it. So that's number 1. The preschool program for the summer is up and running, fighting that COVID loss, they're calling it. They're trying to get the kids ready for kindergarten. And the third thing is our Book Smart box, which is an at-home service, but it's a box of books and crafts that come straight to your home. And again, just helping kids to get more engaged in reading and exercising both parts of their brain.
Awesome. Well, that was great. And congratulations. I didn't even realize that there was a preschool program. So that
Yeah,
is awesome.
thank you.
Okay. Yeah. And Shakara, you wanna go next?
Awesome. Well, I love what you're doing, Alicia, with the No Fear. That is fantastic. And I love the programming that you guys have. I am a Shakara Vardaman, as Rashida shared. I'm the founder of Esteem We Inc. It's a 50C3, 501c or 501c3, those letters. And we provide life skills training, education, and information referral to youth ages 13 to 19 and their families in urban and underserved communities across the U.S. And so we just, as Rashida mentioned a little earlier, came off of our 8th annual Youth Day Explosion this year. Yeah, I was so excited to be. It was our first hybrid event, so we had in person and virtual, and it really actually went off really better than I thought, and really well. So that was a great experience, and a great experience for our young people. They were really happy to be in each other's space again and social. So it was really a great experience for everybody, even the professionals that came out as well. This year, we're celebrating our 10th year anniversary. We have been serving, and we're celebrating 10 years of building a case for hope this year. So we're excited about this celebratory year, and we have a lot of things that we're kicking off this year's celebration with. One is I'm so excited is that our subsidiary of Esteem We Inc., one of our cities, Detroit Possible, has partnered with Purpose University to, why is it going dark? To create, help 1,000 Detroit Metro youth start a business for free. So I am so excited about that partnership. And so we're kicking off 10 years celebrating that, and looking forward to some signups and working with our youth this year. And one of the things that we're really great about, and I actually just love connecting professionals to serve, and especially our youth. And so one of the things that we really, really pride ourselves on, and I'm especially excited about, is giving our youth access, connection, and exposure to resources right in their own backyard and right in their own neighborhoods, right in their own neck of the woods. And so that's what we get to do. And I'm excited about collaborating. And there's just been some really great partnerships that we can attribute to our growth. I don't know if many people know, but in 2016, we went from almost 292 participants coming out to our Youth Day Explosion, which we would hold annually, a citywide event at Cobo Center, which is now the TCF Center. And then we went from 292 to over 1,100 the next year, and had over 1,000 every year up until COVID. So it's just been a blast. The relationships that we've been able to create, the collaborative partners where we've been able to partner for impact, is so important in terms of growth. It's so important in terms of making sure that you're giving your youth or whomever you're serving the opportunity to have as a greater level of access and exposure and connection through these partnerships. And also it's increased our donors, it's increased our sponsorship level. And so we've also been able to grow through those partnerships over the years with not only local community, but also international corporate sponsorships. So those collaboration is really key. And I'm a big proponent of being able to collaborate. So I really appreciate you putting this on, Rashida, because it's so important that we partner and learn how we can assist one another to be better and to really expand in our respective areas. So thank you so much for putting this on.
You are so welcome. And congratulations again. When I heard that it was a 10-year anniversary.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Yeah, I'm not going to build a museum yet about it because there's still much work to do. I can tell you, ladies, I am plump, pleasing, proud. I am very proud about it. I really.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah, we celebrated our 10-year anniversary last year, and I tell you what, thank you, and what an achievement and accomplishment it is. And in order for us to move into the next 10 years, as you said, collaboration is key, and that's how we're able to reach, expand, and grow. Now I'm going to go back to the presentation here, just because I want to give people an opportunity to know what type of resources are available out there, right? Because when I reached out to people to see if they would be interested in joining and learning more about participating in this collaboration call today, a lot of people mentioned that, I need additional resources. I'm just starting out. I've only been running my organization for a year. There are also some people who have only been running their organization for maybe a few months. One young lady, she said, I just got my paperwork back. I have my nonprofit designation and I'm ready to get going. And there's some people, it's still in their head about what they are going to do and what they want to do. So I just want to make sure that we understand that there are resources, there's funding, and there's also training and coaching that is available to you. And it doesn't matter if you have a nonprofit or not. You can have a nonprofit, you can have a for-profit organization, right? You can have an LLC or an INC, right? There are opportunities for funding, right? There are grants that are available for youth programs. And I recently learned about the American Rescue Plan. So many of you may have heard about the American Rescue Plan and the funding, the emergency funding that is available. So for those of you who operate youth programs, you may know that there are actually funds available for school districts as well as state education departments. So I'm a little warm in here today. I just need to fan myself for a second, but there's funding available through state educations. In fact, there are billions of dollars, not millions with an M, but billions with a B available. Okay, so I believe it's for elementary and secondary education institutions. Okay, there's emergency relief funds that are available. And again, you do not necessarily have to be a 501c3 organization to benefit from this funding. And in fact, many people who may be registered as vendors through their state education department are able to participate and partner with some of the school districts as well as some of the community organizations and foundations that are going to be receiving these funds. And I believe, okay, if I'm looking at my notes correctly, yes, from 2021 to 2023, these funds are available. Again, billions of dollars that are available for in-school summer enrichment, especially summer enrichment. Our kids, they have experienced some learning loss. And we want to make sure that not only are their academic needs met, but also their social and emotional needs as well. So there are opportunities for organizations to collaborate with partners in their communities to have these programs available to the youth that they serve. And also a good resource that I would definitely recommend to those of you who work in the youth service space is a publication called Youth Today. If you aren't currently subscribed, I would suggest subscribing, but there is a lot of information that is available on their website for free. So you don't necessarily have to have a subscription, but if you do have a subscription, you'll get weekly notices of grants that are available. And these grants are typically for 501c3 nonprofit organizations, but they also include grants that are available to school districts, but also to some smaller community organizations. So definitely take a look at Youth Today. And there are several other resources for you out there. Something that is not currently on the screen is an organization that is a go-to for me. I really love working with Youth Service America. Empowered Flower Girl actually received a grant earlier this year through a partnership with another organization. And we were able to host our If I Were President campaign as part of the MLK Day of Service. Several organizations across the country received funding to carry out Youth Service Day initiatives. So check out Youth Service America as well. These are great resources for you to learn about funding opportunities, as well as to get involved and connect with other organizations. So something that I do, and I'm pretty sure that other people do this as well, but a technique and a tactic that I have used in the past to connect with other organizations and find out, okay, well, who has funding available, and perhaps they need people to come in and facilitate workshops, and how I've been able to assist is by looking at your state Department of Education, looking on their website and finding out which schools and organizations have received grants. Many of these school districts have millions of dollars in funding. They're allocated for specific areas, but you can go on the website. For instance, the 21st Century Learning Centers. There are schools that receive this funding. Every other year, they get a large amount of funding to carry out their programs, and they often need community partners to come in and deliver or facilitate the workshops and programs. So that's another resource for you as well. Now, I would definitely recommend connecting or joining as a member of national associations. There are after-school alliances, as well as the after-school associations that are based out of just about every state. Here in Michigan, we have the Michigan After School Association, as well as the Michigan After School Partnership, right? So there's several after-school alliance type of associations that you can become a member of. And even if you are not a member, they sometimes will post information about free trainings that are available. In fact, the After School Alliance has a training specifically on the American Resource Plan. It's actually a webinar that gives you additional information about the American Rescue Plan and how you can access those funds. So I believe the webinar may still be available, but I'm pretty sure they're going to go ahead and do some updated training because as I mentioned earlier, this is for 2 years, so 2021 to 2023, okay? You have 2 years in which this funding will be available, and organizations who get the funding are expected to carry out their programs. You may have heard me mention earlier that I work as a mentoring consultant with the state of Michigan. In fact, I work in the Michigan Community Service Commission as a mentoring consultant. And again, another great resource. In many states, you have these volunteer organizations as well as commissions, right? They're not always called Community Service Commission, depending on what state you're in. It could be a volunteer partnership or a service association, but they have opportunities as well for networking as well as additional funding. And in addition to funding, they offer training. Many of their trainings are free or very low cost. Okay, now I'm just going to pop out of here really quick because I wanted to just, ask you ladies who are on with us via Zoom today, the type of partnerships that you've been able to build. Like, what were some of the ways in which you were able to build these partnerships? Or if you can think of like maybe one partnership that you developed that was really beneficial, not only to your organization, but to the youth that you serve. If you can think of, how that partnership happened.
Well, I have it. For me, sometimes it's about finding new kids because there are a lot of people who could use our services, but not by choice, but just by design, like you're going to attract people who are near you, right? So, or, you have your 6 degrees of separation. So I feel like in business, it's just like 2 degrees. Like, it's like,
yeah,
one level of people and then the people they know, unless you do some really hard work. I think for me, collaborations have come in the form of meeting people who are serving other groups of kids who may be in a different area, a different state even. Our preschool program has been able to reach kids from all over the country. So, you know, that's the biggest thing. And that comes from having my ear to the streets, basically, on people who are doing similar things in places that are far from me, you know. So maybe I'm looking at Benton Harbor, you know, they have an urban population that people don't really talk about or know about, you know. And you know, what are people doing there, you know, for kids who are in need of programming and things like that. So it sometimes requires doing a little search and seeing who is doing something similar in a different locale.
Awesome, that's great. Um, for me, most of my partnerships came, like Alicia was kind of saying, a little organically. It was how I met someone who I knew who was already, like she said, in a position of serving. Whether it started in LA with the Urban League, someone who's a part of Urban League, said, hey, I know about this, or in Detroit, meeting people, and you start pounding the pavement and kind of talking to different people. And then they say, oh, I know this person. Then you call that person, they say, oh, let's have coffee. And, they say, well, it's not me, but I know somebody over there. And so you kind of, go along with that. But the irony is the partnerships that I actually garnered, that actually became true partnerships, just came organically. They were very organic. It wasn't forced. It wasn't a lot of research involved. It just, those were the ones that kind of went really good. I had a partnership through my mentee, Sharon Madison, who her new husband came from Oakland and took over Detroit Cares. And so he organically, we formed a partnership with Detroit Cares and Detroit Possible. From after that, my community partner connected with Buff, the Black United Fund, and somehow we all connected and sat down, and so they became a partner with us for a couple years for our Youth Day Explosion. So it was just kind of those natural relationships, weren't forced, it wasn't hard. And those kind of guarded the partnerships. And then there's times too, to your point, Alicia, where people say, oh, go here, check this area, check the demographics. And then you divinely meet somebody in that area and say, oh, okay. But it's always been organic for me. It's never been, and I'm a strategic person now. But the wonderful thing about partnerships and what make them really good partnerships is when they've just been kind of by relationship or organically.
Yeah, and that is a great point. So some of our partnerships have been built, organically, or just knowing someone who knows someone. But oftentimes I will get out there and do research, especially since I want to partner more with organizations nationally and as well as internationally. Earlier this year, I was looking for opportunities to connect with organizations across the globe that were serving girls and young women. I was looking at, what can I do for International Women's Day and Women's History Month? And I came across an organization called Global Girl Project. And they're an amazing organization. They're doing so many wonderful things for girls in regions, developing regions across the globe. They have leadership programs and service programs for girls from Africa to India to they're working on a program now that they're trying to get in Afghanistan. So it was amazing to connect with them. And I did a Google search. I just did a Google search of global organizations serving girls, and theirs came up. So for those who want to expand and connect, definitely research organizations around the world that are making an impact. The United Nations is a great resource that offers opportunities to work with organizations as well as get funding to help specifically areas like youth and women. So some people may have heard of the UN Global Goals. They have these global goals that they're trying to eliminate everything from poverty to equitable education, as well as equality for girls and young women. I think that's like the 5th global goal. So for those of us who may specifically work with girls and women, there's an opportunity there. You even have the UN Women. I work with girls mostly, but we offer some programs for girls and boys. So those who work with youth, regardless of gender, there's a number of goals in there that look at programs to benefit youth in education, but also the environmental impact, the impact that we as humans are having in the environment, but how humans can be part of the change and the solution to transform things in our environment. So there are numerous opportunities for our young people to get involved and be part of those solutions. So thank you, ladies, both for sharing that. And before we get out of here, because we have about just over 10 minutes left, I just want to make sure that people have an opportunity, whether you're catching this live, if you're on Facebook, great. But if you're catching this as a part of the replay, make sure that you continue to engage with us. You may not be on live, but share your information. Let us know what organization you're with, what you're doing, the impact that you're having with youth, but also the impact that you aspire to have. Okay, and so I mentioned a few things. I mentioned that there was training in addition to the resources that are available in terms of funding and other partnerships. So I am excited because Empowered Flower Girl, we launched our Girl World Peace Academy, which has been an incredible experience. I've loved working with the organizations that I've worked with in Girl World Peace Academy. And it's been a real blessing to have met these powerful organizations that are really making an impact in the lives of youth. Some of the organizations work specifically with girls and young women. Others work with youth, regardless of how they identify. But it is our virtual course for educators, for mentors, for those who run or aspire to run nonprofit organizations that are serving youth. Now, Girl World Peace Academy is more so for those who work with girls and young women, but the lessons can be applicable to anyone who works with youth. So just a little bit about Girl World Peace Academy. We launched this program just last year after I received several calls. I actually received several calls from girls and young women, or women who worked with girls and young women at their schools. And they mentioned that, we're having some problems, we're struggling, we don't know what to do, but we live in remote areas and we're not able to partner with so many of the larger organizations because they just can't access us. Do you have a program available to help us to help the girls where we can have resources and tools to be able to help them, to engage them and interact? And at that time, I didn't, but just last year, in the fall of last year, I launched Girl World Peace Academy. And what the course includes are video lessons. You get 3 video lessons ranging from empowering 21st century girls to how to build an authentic connection with the young people that you work with, the 3 E's that you need to make your programs entertaining, empowering, as well as educational. And also in the course, there are amazing bonuses like templates that really help you to outreach and engage with the community, but also to get noticed and get recognized for the work that you're doing, whether that's through funders, through the media and other stakeholders. Okay. And what I really love, thanks. What I really love is that you get 60 minutes of coaching, like 60 minutes of one-on-one coaching with Empowered Flower Girl with me. I help you and walk you through like some of the core components of what your program should have, but also if you have a program and it's solid, but you just aren't getting the media attention that you deserve, you're not getting the award recognition. I think all the work that we're doing should be recognized and rewarded. I help you to develop strategies so that you can get noticed, but also that potential program participants know that your program even exists, parents, and other stakeholders. So I just love working with individuals and organizations. It has truly been like a pleasure working with so many awesome, phenomenal people. Okay, so the cool thing is we have an amazing special going on right now. We have an awesome promo in honor of National Mental Health Awareness Month. So for a limited time until March 31st, we are offering $100 off of enrollment in the course. So it's insane that you get the one-on-one coaching. Some coaches charge just that price for the coaching itself, but I want as many people as possible to be able to benefit and to be able to grow and connect with the other individuals and resources that they truly need so that they can be successful, and most importantly, so that they can reach and teach the young people in their communities and across the world who will be impacted positively by their services. So the original investment is $397, but again, you get $100 off through May 31st in honor of National Mental Health Awareness Month. So I've had people who have participated in Girl World Peace Academy who are now officially graduates. They were part of our various cohorts. We're now in our third cohort, and we'll be starting that in June, and I'm excited about that. Miss Loretta Ware, many of you may have met her a couple of weeks ago when she was a guest as part of our Empowering 21st Century Teens series. She is the executive director for Me, Myself, and I Teens. And she said that after being in business for 11 years, she felt that it was time to reach out and explore what other organizations were doing and their success. She said that it was worth the investment. Quote, even though I was using some of the information that Girl World Peace Academy presented, it was a light bulb that went off to polish up the organization's knowledge and skills. So it was great working with her and her board of directors, and they continue to do some incredible work throughout Michigan, in particular Southeastern Michigan. And another participant that we had who is phenomenal, and she is really kicking butt in the mindfulness and fitness area. In that space, she is amazing. Her name is Shantia Thompson, and she is the founder and president of Good Vibes Yoga, and also an organization and a program that she started for girls called Girls Empowered, and she has been amazing as well. And I have just loved seeing her just blow up. She is doing so many incredible things. And she said that she found the Girl World Peace Academy very helpful in her process of starting her program for girls. With the help and information Rashida provided, she felt more confident and motivated to get started. Quote, my one-on-one call let me ask questions, get tips and information, and discuss possible issues that could come up. So kudos to Shantia and how her organization has grown tremendously. I've been just so proud seeing the work that she's doing and continues to do in our community. So I want to make sure that you have an opportunity to keep in touch, okay? Because we are the village, right? We are the village all together. And I want to make sure that Shakara and also Alicia have an opportunity to share their information as well, how you can get in touch with them and how you could, follow what their organizations are doing. But make sure that you are connected with Empowered Flower Girl via Facebook as well as Instagram. We also have our Twitter page. Go over there. You follow us, we'll follow you right back. But also you can learn more about us at empoweredflowergirl.com. All right. Okay, ladies. So how can those who are watching, how can they get in touch with you? How can they learn more about your organizations? Where should they go? Where should they be?
Well, awesome. I love the program. And that $100 off is worth it. I mean, $397 is like, especially for what you get. So that's a pretty good deal. So
Yeah.
I would jump on it right away. And for what you get. So you might
Yeah,
have to put that
exactly.
up so people will know. But you guys can reach me on through the website, www.esteemwe, that's like self-esteem, esteemwe.org, or you can reach us at detroitpossible.org. My email is my first name at esteemwe.org. So it's Shekara, SHECARA at esteemwe.org. And I'd be happy to connect with you. Talk about what you're doing with our youth and find out how you're serving and if there's any way we could be assistance and connect and partner.
All right, awesome. I definitely took note of your information, Shekara. I will be in contact with you. And Rashida, that sounds like an awesome program. So kudos to you for empowering women and girls. So I can be contacted at www.nofearcafe.com is the website. We have a series of things going on, and you can access them all from that central point. And my direct email is Alicia McKay, my name, ALICIAMCKAY at nofearcafe.com.
Wonderful, ladies, and thank you so much for sharing your information. So again, if you all didn't get a chance to catch this live, make sure that you definitely check out the replay on Facebook. I'll also make this available to those of you who are signed up for Empowered Flower Girls Be Empowered newsletter. We'll make sure that you get a recording of the conversation. And thank you all again for joining me. I'm glad that you had an opportunity to share the amazing work that you're doing. And I just want to say in closing to anyone who's watching, whether you currently operate or you aspire to operate a do good program, doing good on behalf of children and teens in our communities, our country, and across the globe. I just want to thank you for your service and your dedication to our young people. They've been through so much over the past year and even beyond, and they're going to need support in the years to come. So the work that you're doing is essential, and we want to encourage you to reach out if you need additional support or if you need additional resources. Empowered Flower Girl is here. No Fear Cafe is here. Okay. Detroit Possible, Esteemed We is here for you. Okay. And there are a number of other organizations that will support you and help you. And if you're interested in more information about Girl World Peace Academy, visit girlworldpeace.com/info. So on that note, I'd like to wish everyone a wonderful evening. Get out and enjoy this beautiful weather. If you're in Michigan, we've been having some great weather this week. It went from fall to summer very quickly. I was talking to some ladies in Minnesota that I was working with, and they also said the same thing. It went from 40 one day to like 75 the next day.
Wow.
So we got to get out and enjoy it while we can, because I think it's supposed to go back down to 59 on Friday.
No.
The heat wave is coming too. A heat wave is coming across.
Yeah. Yeah. So be sure to get out and enjoy it, everyone. And just have a splendid day and take care. Be well.
Thank you for having me, Rashida.
Yes, thank you.
Welcome.
Nice meeting you. Thank you so much.
Nice meeting
Bye.
you. Be in touch.
Okay.